everybody, it's Miss Rose. I am about to teach you one of our last topics of the school year, which is volume. The definition of volume is the amount of space that an object takes up. I like to think about it as the number of cubes you can fill up an object with, and that's why volume is measured in cubic units. So we just finished area that was measured in square units. Volume is going to be measured in cubic units. So when I think about the volume formula, I like to actually picture something getting filled up. So we're going to take a second and watch the start of a fish tank getting filled up with water from a hose. So if you think about an object getting filled up with water, what fills up first? You don't get one big layer of water filled up along one of the sides. You get the water spreads across the whole base. And then once you get a nice layer of water filling up, spreading to your whole base, then you get a bunch of those layers filling up to fill up the rest of the shape. So I think that thinking about that will help us figure out what the formula is for the volume of a prism. So a fish tank is a rectangular prism. And if we think about what just happened, we filled up the whole base. So we need to find the area of the base. Then we have a bunch of layers of that fills up all along the height. So we can do the area of the base times the height. This big fancy B here doesn't just mean one of the dimensions of the base, it's actually the area of the base. So in this case, the base is a 19.5 by 10 rectangle, which is 195 square inches. So to find the volume, we would do 195 square inches times a height of 12 inches. So let's see what that turns out to be. 195 times 12 is 2,340 cubic inches. So the base was in square inches. The volume is in cubic inches. That's how much water the fish tank can hold. So what if we have a cylinder? Well, we're still going to do area of the base times the height. Base is a circle, so let's do a quick RDCA, which we're experts at now. And a lot of times people think volume is a little bit easier than surface area because instead of having to draw all these faces, we can just do the area of the base times a height of 10. 9 times 10 is 90. So 90 pi cubic inches. We're used to filling stuff up with gallons. So if you wanted to, you could look up how to convert cubic inches into gallons to see how much these containers can actually hold. Let's do one last one. I think what people sometimes get confused about is what is the base when it comes to a prism? Well, the base is always the two parallel and congruent figures in a shape other than all the rectangular faces. So there are rectangular prisms where the bases are rectangles too, but in any other prism, all the rest of the lateral faces are rectangles and then the base is whatever shape the type of prism is. So if this is a hexagonal prism, the bases are the hexagons. So we're still going to do the same thing again where it's area of the base times the height, but the base is one of these hexagons. So we're going to do our thing where we split the hexagon into equilateral triangles and we split the base up into 4 and 4, which means the height is 4 root 3. So we have one triangle is 8 times 4 root 3 divided by 2. And then the whole hexagon is 6 of those. So when it comes to the volume, all we have to do is area of the base times the height. Well, picture standing this hexagonal prism up on its hexagon, and this 18 right here is the height. So on my calculator, I'm going to do 96 times 18, and that's 1728, but don't forget the root 3, and then it's cubic inches again. So the area of the hexagon was in square inches, but the volume is in cubic inches. So that should give you a good idea about how to find the volume of prisms. And now you should be ready to try your homework. Let me know what questions you have. Bye.